Hello viewer, I am back playing some more. I was a Teenage Exocolonist. This year has been quite the roller coaster. Our lives got completely turned around, not once but twice in quick succession. First, we got basically the entire colony destroyed. And then, a whole ship of new people arrived. And now we are technically under new management. But at least they're not too mean about it. But what this means is that we have to get used to the new layout of the colony and take a look around and see all the new people that are going to be here for the second half of our life here on planet Vertamna. So, what do you have to say about this, Kel? Kel is kicking a small beanbag into the air, trying not to let it touch the ground. He is not very successful. That new kid, the dog boy Rex, showed me how to play this, he says, groaning as the beanbag hits the ground again. It's a lot harder than it looks. Well, yeah, hand-eye coordination is bad enough. But foot-eye coordination is yet another thing. We can tell him a fun nature fact. Not sure why that comes with embarrassing lesson. But it is a decent card, it looks like. Sure, wanna hear a fun nature fact? You tell him about the time Tang brought a skunk bug for show and tell him biology. And it got scared and made the worst, most smelliest, grossest stink you had ever smelled, and everyone thought Tang had farted. Then Professor Hell had to clear out the whole room, and it took weeks to get the smell out of the beanbags, and it was so gross. But also kind of neat, how such a tiny bug could make a whole room of kids run away. Well, not sure if the writing stays the same. But Professor Hell was like the first people who died on the colony here. I think it was even in our very first year. Let me check real quick. Killed when we were 11. Okay, second year. Yeah, it was pretty early. It's pretty weird that you're bringing up a story from years ago then. But okay, I'm gonna chalk it up to the writing. Cal laughs. I remember that soul, except the way I heard it. It wasn't Tang, it was you. You know what? That is entirely possible. Cal waves at you as you enter the garden, leaning on his shovel. Hey Saul, he calls, but his eyes look past you, down the path, to where an Emily is beating the absolute tar out of a training dummy. Her fierce battle cries echo across the colony, making Cal wince. She's been going totally hard lately, huh? He says. He scratches his face, smearing dirt across his cheek. She asked me yesterday if I wanted to spar with her. She said it would be good for self-defense. Cal smiles sadly at the memory. I told her I don't want to fight. Not her, not a training dummy, and not anything on this planet. For real. I've never seen her get so mad at me. She called me a baby and told me I'm just gonna end up forcing everyone to protect me because I'm weak or helpless or whatever. He seems upset and stabs the ground a few times with his shovel. I just don't think it's right to fight anyone, especially the Xenos. They were here first, he says. What do you think, Saul? Well, I think that an Emily has every right to be angry, considering that she lost her brother in an attack, and your pacifism doesn't really work for anyone but yourself. That is what I think. Yeah, sometimes you just don't have a choice. Well, technically you always have a choice. It's just that one of those choices is just letting yourself die, and most people don't really want to take that option. Geez, you sound like an adult, Cal grumps. They always tell us to see both sides of an argument, but I tried, and He shrugs. I just think if you have to hurt someone to get what you need, you don't deserve to have it. Even if that thing you need is you to keep living. I think you're going into a bit of a hypocritical territory here. You might want to check your privilege, Cal. Yeah, all of these are actually decent points. Obviously, you have to protect your own life. And your loved ones too. These two are weird questions, little too childish for us, I feel like. But yeah, what if your life depends on it? How is that fair? Their life depends on it too, Cal retorts. You can't just decide that you get to live and they don't. Oh, you're gonna turn out to be that kind of person, huh? Well, okay, you are being hopelessly naive. But I think I can concede the point here. He doesn't feel like the kind of person that can be argued out of his worldview. Cal looks relieved. I'm glad you think so too. Sometimes I think about the Xeno I had to kill the first time they attacked. Like, obviously I'm glad I'm alive, duh, but now it's dead. Oh, there was that incident during the first attack. Cal was in the greenhouse, and after that nobody told us what happened. So apparently he had to kill a Xeno in self-defense. That's good to know. His eyes go back to Anemone. She stops sparring with the training dummy and is looking up at the gardens as she has a drink. Neither she nor Cal wave at the other. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill it, Cal continues quietly. It just happened. I wish I could tell it, I'm sorry. Cal clenches his fist. There's gonna be a way to figure out how to live in peace with all the cool things that live on this planet, he says. Like, hey, look at this weed I saw growing over here. Cal has such strong convictions. It's one of the things you like best about him, even if some people disagree with them. We learned something about Cal. Oh, is it these stats? Or the fact that he's a pacifist? Not quite sure what we gained here. I also don't remember these sliders being here before. They are probably important. You spend a few hours with Cal in the garden as he shows off the area that he's getting ready for the next planting season. The adults are really starting to trust him with more planning as he gets older, and he beams it with pride. When you finally head out, you're just as dirty as he is, but you feel so much lighter. Yeah, Cal is really taking over in geoponics as the reliable guy. Okay, we have new living quarters here. Over here we have the science wing with Tang. Tangent is deep in conversation with one of the other scientists. He seemed to be consoling her, though Tangent's face betrays no emotion as he claps her on the shoulder. and reassures her that she's doing really well for someone so young, and that everyone compromised some of their samples when they were first learning. He leaves, and Tangent sighs as she goes to put her head in her hands, stopping short when she realizes she's still wearing gloves. She peels them off and digs her fingers into her eyes. What's up, Tang? Tang grimaces. Just great. Well, I compromised an experiment I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. She sniffs. It's so gross here, she says. I probably did that fungus a favor. Tangent takes a bottle of sanitizer from under her workbench and cleans while she speaks. There are pollen spores everywhere, she whines. And he comes over here and tells me, it'll be okay, Tang, like it's his job to console and patronize me. Yeah. I think that is what she's going to get in the science wing an awful lot. But at least her expertise is being recognized by the others. So that's gonna count for something, probably. But yeah, I hate being patronized too. You both sigh in unison. I hate being young, she says bitterly. Why don't they understand that we have higher expectations for ourselves than they do? I need to learn from my own failures. What I don't need, she continues icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me it's okay and the adults will make it all better. I messed up, she says. Just let me fix it. Don't make a big deal about it, like I'm a child with a boo-boo. You know what? Completely valid. Oh, we actually have enough reasoning to sign up for engineering classes. This would only unlock the option, but I don't think we really need to do any of that. Oh, the sports ball field is all rotated. I don't like it. Feels weird. Oh, hello. You're one of the new people. I'll be with you in a minute. Oh, a new interior. Anemone looks around at all the new soldiers that arrived on the heliosphere. They look so cool, she mutters. Why didn't we act more like these guys in the first place? Well, 'cause we're hippies, not soldiers. That's why. We can't train together. I think I'm okay with that. Maybe eventually gonna lose some cards here. Anemone suggests you practice some hand-to-hand combat, then kicks your butt in the absolute most literal sense. She leans over you while you're lying on the floor, completely gassed. You okay? She laughs. I didn't go too hard, right? Nah, you are always your perfect gremlin-y self. We have the garrison here. The Helios have replaced the old garrison dojo with a huge underground bunker. It's much larger and better supplied, and abuzz with activity. Soldiers drilling, weapons being cleaned and inventoried, and animals herded into cages for study. Oh, they're getting on. With the domestication program, that's nice. Would have been nicer if we could have helped. You can't believe how many soldiers are down here. It must be the safest place on the planet. Arguable. We can visit the gym. Does that lead us elsewhere? Select a basic car to upgrade. Ha! We can upgrade Eagle Eyes. Doesn't show us what happens when we do. So let's buy an upgrade. Oh, and we can buy basic cards here. That's interesting. But not very. Okay, where is it? Eagle Eyes 2. Wow, turned it into a +3 card. And gave it a gem. That's pretty dope. So, who are you? This new boy from the heliosphere is a couple of years older than you. He's very handsome. Dude, I just upgraded your eyes. I wouldn't call him handsome. And the missing arm gives him a heroic battle scarred vibe. Oh yeah, he got prosthetics. Didn't even notice it at first. Thought it was just gloves. He stands tall and ready for action, even though it's a normal, boring day. The other recruits milling around the garrison give him a wide, respectful berth. He sees you staring and gives you a curt nod. My name is Vase. Lieutenant Olivacious, he says, considering you with a glint of challenge in his eye. And you are... How do you introduce yourself? Well, he looks very straight-laced. Military born and raised. I don't think he's much for informality. Yeah, technically, we are an explorer. His expression doesn't change. Is that right, he says, with the air of a boy who's hard to impress. Nice to meet you, Saul. I hear it's been a rough couple of years for the colony. You can say that again. Lucky thing our heliopoles came along just in time, he continues. Don't worry, we have some of the best soldiers. The very best. We'll keep the colony safe. Okay, first of all, I think luck has fuck all to do with it. You very clearly came after us. For some reason that we do not actually know. I am very curious why they had to wait 15 years to send someone after us. Yeah, and this line is not gonna do it. Obviously, we weren't doing fine. Are you one of those best soldiers? Let's see what you say about that. We train as a team, but, Vase says, then clears his throat. Yes, I've won more than my share of 0G judo matches and virtual riflery tournaments. Even competing against the odds, he adds. Yeah, not gonna flirt on the first meeting. And I don't think it pays to be overly competitive either. Besides, being planet-side is totally different. You tell Vase that firing a virtual gun is nothing compared to running for your life through the jungle, while a wild unisaur hunts you down. A unisaur? Vase says, leaning forward a little. His eyebrows raise. Did you actually say something to interest him? That sounds like a fun sport. I'd like to try it sometime. Please don't hunt animals for sport. That might just agitate them further. Okay, who you be? You're having some pretty wild hair. Is that your natural hair? Or did you reprogram the nanoprinter to give you hair dyes? Cause I'm pretty sure on a de facto military ship. They're not going to give you resources for that. You've seen Nomi Nomi around since the Heliopause landed. They're around your age and barely 1.5 meters tall, only coming up to your shoulder. You've never seen anyone dress as strangely as they do. Hi, their voice is high-pitched and quick. I'm Nomi Nomi, it's short for nomination. They do a little twirl and bow. You introduce yourself and... Okay, I thought this ship was full of normal people. Why do all of you have the same weird hippie names that we do? Did that become a trend on Earth after we left? Questions upon questions. Maybe we'll find some of them out. So, why you dressed like that? Oh, this old thing, I designed it myself. A Nomi Nomi original, based on the outfit Lavendula Starlifter wears in the 3rd season of Turbo Girl, Hyperjet Transform, when she has to work undercover as the lead singer of an idol group. They stick their leg out. Only I changed the bottom part, and of course I have to wear my gaming gauntlets. I call them gaming gauntlets, but they're really virus suit gloves that I modded so I could play holo games through them. Do you like games? My faves are Laser Fable and Dig Dig Digger Dog. Laser Fable is so much more fun now that we can play outside with room to run around. What kind of holo games do Strato kids like to play? Oh, you're one of those hyper kids, huh? Nomi Nomi stops to catch their breath, winded after their extended outburst. Okay. Well, if you're hyper anyway, let's maybe play a little. You're on. Nomi Nomi helps you install it on your holopalm and explains the rules. Laser Fable is an augmented reality game where you bounce hologram lasers off real objects nearby. It's speed-based, so you're running around and bumping into each other, and there are extended house rules about when it's illegal to block each other's lasers. Okay. From that it kinda sounds like Pong. But you're playing it with virtual lasers. Weird game, but you do you. Right on, brother. Nomi gives you a high five, then with a couple quick flicks on their gauntlet, gives you a kudos for winning. They explain this is how they always play Laser Fable with the kids from Heliosphere. Except they mostly don't want to play anymore. They say they're too old for it. They just wanna be soldiers now. Except Rex. He's still cool. Alright, see you later. And you must be Rex. The colony is full of new people. Everywhere you look, you see a stranger. It's disorienting after growing up in a closed spaceship. You never expected to meet any other humans that weren't made here on Vertamna. Oh wow, he really is a dog boy. That's weird. You bump straight into one of these new people while you're jogging through the colony. Oof. He laughs and holds you steady, brushing the imaginary dust off of you and giving you a wide, fanged smile. Hey, it's one of the kids from the Heliopause. You think his name is Rex. Hey, what's up? You play it cool, give him a little nod. You notice he's wiggling his dog ears. They can really move independently. Pleased to meet you, he says. I'm Rex. Rex puts his hand against his cheek, looking cute and lost. Hey, since I'm new here, do you think you could help me find a construction yard? I thought I might apply for a job there. Sure. You walk him over to command, Everything's moved around since the heliopause landed, but the construction yard is still in command, where it always was. At the entrance you meet Mars, filing her nails and looking like she's waiting for somebody. "Why, hello, cutie," she says to Rex. "Where did you come from?" He looks her up and down and grins. "I'm just an angel who fell from the sky, darling." You try not to gag as the two of them flirt. You give a loud ahem and point Rex toward the construction yard. He looks back at Mars over his shoulder and winks as he leaves. They're probably just having fun. This is both their first time actually meeting new people. It's understandable. Hey, buddy. This looks haunted, with dark circles etched deep under his eyes. I think he's developing them as in natural makeup. "Why bother?" he mutters, pulling his sleeves over his hands fitfully. "Why are we? They're just going to come again. It's pointless. Living is pointless." Yeah, okay, I take that back. Someone needs to check up on this poor guy. We can dare him to go to a restricted area. Not quite sure I want to. Let's give him a gift. Maybe he will feel better afterwards. Do you maybe like medicinal roots? Oh, looks like he likes them. And it's official. Dizzy's eyes light up when he sees your gift. "Whoa," he says, taking them from you with uncharacteristic delight. "Are these pieces of a jelly arc root network? Or is it a dormant butterfly bush? Where did you find these?" Okay. Sounds like you already know more about the wild than we do. He likes medicinal roots. Good for you. Hey, where are the new kids? There they are. Rex has doggy ears. Seriously. That is your augment? Like, just that? I think you got the short end of the stick, my brother. Got Nomi over here. They're actually 2 years younger than us. Interesting. And Vase is... oh, he's actually 18. That might actually explain his disposition, now that I think of it. Hey Dad, how's it going? Even though it hurts, you find yourself wandering over to geoponics. It feels not good to be here, in the place your mom loved and ultimately gave her life to, but not good either. It feels like when you have a bruise and you can't stop yourself from pushing on it, because the pain reminds you the injury is real. Like your mom dying is this huge invisible wound, and poking at it forces you to feel something instead of just being numb. Your dad is taking time off of work. Your parents work double and triple shifts during the last growing season, and now that it's over, it just feels so cruel. When people work hard, they should be able to look back on what they did and feel proud. Instead, there's just this huge gap where your mom should be. You find your dad sitting in your mom's personal garden. It's miraculously starting to grow again, despite being trampled flat during the last attack and neglected during the famine before that. Still, various vertamnon flowers are starting to sprout, as well as hardier earth ones like dandelions. Your dad looks up and musters a smile. He pats the bench beside him. Let's sit down with him a little bit. Your dad is good at sitting in silence. He holds your hand and you sit together, watching the bugs flit around in the garden. Eventually, he starts to hum quietly. You recognize the song, an old favorite of theirs, one they used to play after dinner when they would sit and talk for hours about the future they envisioned on Vertamna. You remember sitting at their feet and playing with your blocks, letting their weird and odd words wash over you. They had so many plans. You think about your mom and how much she sacrificed for the future she'll never see. Your dad puts an arm around your shoulders and you sit like that for a long, long while. That was nice. I think both of us need moments like this. You have something else? Hello, my little tomato. Your dad's voice rings out across the fields, hale and hearty. You don't have it in yourself to be embarrassed. Not during pollen. Not with the memory of him struggling to breathe so fresh in your mind. Oh, so he actually got vaccinated. With the shimmer cure. That's nice. Are you coming to check on your old man? He teases you. He takes a deep breath, holds it, and lets it all out comfortably. I'm doing great. No congestion, no sneezing. And I definitely don't want to take a hike outside the walls. Oh. There was a time when he was talking about maybe going outside. Was that maybe the late stage of the shimmer infection, trying to make him go outside to that place with the others so he can grow into a host? Huh. I never considered that before. Your dad pulls you into a big hug, ruffling your hair. He smells like sunshine and dirt and sweat, and you've never been happier to breathe it all in. He's alive. I'm proud of you, he says quietly. You can pull off miracles, kiddo. Yeah, well, it's easy when you have an entire science team behind you. Okay. So the colony is a little bit larger than it used to be, but still small enough that I bet it's going to start feeling cramped pretty soon. Okay, no new areas for us. Well, we have looked around, met a bunch of new people. I think this is a good place to stop for today. Next time we're going to go back to our regular duties. Probably go outside, survey a little. Thank you for watching. If you like this story, then please consider giving the video a like. Really helps me with the algorithm. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and have a nice day.